صبحتون بخیر، روزتون بخیر. Welcome to a new video, and before starting the video, if you do like the content, I would appreciate it a lot if you could subscribe, leave a comment, and all the other shit and stuff that the YouTubers ask you to do. I think you shouldn't be watching if you do not like the content. Yeah. So here's the thing about Eren and his objective. There have been a few misconceptions. There is a lot of misconception in the community, AOT community and AOE community. This is not me being an ending defender, but let's talk about what Eren could achieve and actually achieved with what he did in the manga. First of all, let's talk about what Eren's objective was in the whole series. Or no, at the very end. In the very beginning, Eren wanted to destroy every single Titan. But after realizing that the Titans were his compatriots turned into Titans, pure Titans and everything, it didn't really make sense for Eren to continue his first goal. That was to take revenge for his mother and for what happened to him. I know what you're going to say. Taking revenge for his mother that he actually let die, yeah, that's a pretty... Let's not go into that. But if you noticed, Eren is like, hey, I want to save my friends. I want my friends to have a peaceful life. People tend to think that Eren was going to save Eldia. His main priority was saving Eldia. I do want to argue that no, it wasn't the case. Pretty much, if you look at the anime and the manga and everything, what Eren wanted to do, first and foremost, after some point, was letting his friends live in peace. I do want to put emphasis on his friends, and you're going to see why. When you want your friends to live in peace, you want your friends to, in their lifetime, live in peace. And I do remind you again, living in peace in their lifetime does not mean that living in peace after their lifetime. And here it kind of makes sense for Eren to do the rumbling the way he did. Because destroying that portion, that much of the world, even though it was a pretty bad idea on an environmental standpoint, and of course committing genocide, what Eren did was giving priority to his friends, if we are only talking manga ending only. And what he did was destroying the world, part of the world, and not letting them, pretty much crippling them for at least like a few decades, and we can see the passage of time, and not let them destroy and kill his friend. And if you do look at it from that point, it kind of makes sense, and you kind of can't say that Eren achieved what he wanted. Eren didn't want to destroy the Titans to remove the power of the Titans. If he wanted to do that, Zeke's plan was actually nice, but the issue with Zeke's plan was that it pretty much left the few remaining Eldians vulnerable to the attacks from the world. And if you look at the whole situation from Eren's standpoint and from Eren's point of view, POV, probably what he did actually achieved what he wanted. He had Mikasa and he had everyone live their lives, and they survived. They survived and live their lives fully. So we can actually say that Eren achieved what he came to achieve, can't we? Eren wasn't looking to save Eldia. If he wanted to save Eldia, there were a bunch of other ways to do that. A limited rumbling and leaving the World Titans in their place, most of them, would have made Eren, would have given him the power to cripple the world and make Eldia have a military superiority and safeguard it from outside attacks for a longer time than actually destroying the whole defenses they had. But again, let's do remember that the thing with the passage of time is that the Titans were probably not that useful even if they were present in the time that Paradise got destroyed, because you have some B-2 bombers destroying you from the air, and I don't think that the Titans would actually save you from that. But I do remind you again that hey, you have probably seen this video after the other video I made, that hey, Eren even said that himself, that as long as there is more than one people on earth, there is going to be conflict, there is bound to be conflict, and that is because there are differences and conflict of interest between people that make that happen. So in Eren's defense, in what he did, it kind of made sense to do what he did. It didn't really make much sense on the sense of saving Eldia, but if you actually consider Eren's goal to saving his friends and let them have a good life, it kind of made sense, even though he says that yeah, I put them in harm's way. And although more interestingly, going into AOE territory, Historia is the only person that was never in any kind of danger from Eren's attacks, anything and everything, and that actually kind of shows that probably Eren's priority was someone else too. It kind of makes sense in this point. There are a few plot holes here, yeah, and we can't deny that. But I do ask you to please consider this point when talking about Eren. Do leave your comments. It's a pretty short video and I do hope you enjoy the video all in all. و خیلی مرسی که نگاه کردید و عزیزان دل، شبتون هم بخیر.